Alright, hello and welcome to yet another quarantine story time with Raph. It's Auto Archives here during the global pandemic. We are still in my apartment. I'm getting ready to move, so all of my books have moved with me. These are not yet packed up because we have important work to do, such as looking at old periodicals. This is Car Styling Magazine, a Japanese car styling industry publication. I want to run through some of the old back issues because that's all I'm doing. I'm just hanging out at home, wasting all my time. And I found something interesting in this 1986 winter issue, this being issue number 53, because it covers the Tokyo Motor Show of that year. I think it was actually, isn't it 1985? I guess it's 1986. I don't know. It should be 1985. Whatever. Let's dive into some of the more interesting stuff. Okay. So, the way we think of car shows now... Oh my god, look at this incredible ad as I flip through. This is a Mitsubishi Minica being advertised by a giant cat. And also a full page spread on Mooncraft. If you know what Mooncraft is about, you were pretty jazzed about that. Yes, this is the 26th Tokyo Motor Show. Now, if you go to a motor show today, you'll be lucky if there's one cool concept car from each car manufacturer. Honestly, these days there's probably like one or two cool concept cars per auto show, and many auto shows actually don't even have any. Well, such was the state of development in the mid-1980s for Japan. We had multiple concept cars from each individual car company. Here is the Toyota FXV, which is a mid-engine sort of like big glass fastback sedan thing that was, if I'm not mistaken, supercharged and turbocharged with all-wheel drive, which I don't know why a family sedan needed to have all of those things, but it was the mid-1980s and Toyota wanted to show off. Here's a hatchback it made, which is a hatchback. That's actually just about all that's interesting about it as far as I can tell. We've got the Nissan QX, which is a cool sedan thing, which was neat because it was doing a bunch of digital stuff. Nissan made a big stink a few years ago when it debuted the unbelievable, super advanced technology of drive-by-wire, where there was no connection between the steering wheel and the wheels themselves. Everything was done by a computer. It's 1986, the Nissan QX has it also. Haha! Take that. Also, it has active aerodynamics, it's got spoilers that pop out. Nissan made like 1 gazillion concept cars. Here's our B1 concept that we keep talking about. The Luck 2, which is a car. The Nissan Mid 4, which we've also talked about. Here it is in this cool race car livery. Check that out. They, for some reason, really love this magazine, the Mazda MX-03, which is a completely forgotten concept car, which had a cool steering wheel. That's pretty much all I can say about it. Another one from Mitsubishi, which had scissor doors, which were on a remote control, which, if Mitsubishi was producing that, they would probably be in good financial shape. And weird stuff from Isuzu, a mid-engine sports car from Isuzu, because why not? But here's the car that I actually want to talk about. We're only 4 minutes into this video. Why not get to the thing we're actually talking about? It's the Subaru F9X. Now, what's interesting about the Subaru F9X is, one, it's a concept car from Subaru that seems interesting, which is something which doesn't really happen anymore. But also, it is what the magazine discusses as the design theme was a Group B four-wheel drive car. So in the 1980s, there was a rally, I guess, class called Group B, which was basically unrestricted. So whatever you want to do, no matter how fast the car you want to make, no matter how powerful, go ahead. And the cars became dangerously fast, and many people died, and they canceled the series. Group B was discarded. Group A, the lower series, became the top series. Group A is where little Japanese car maker Subaru was making cars, and Subaru went on to become sort of one of the dominant figures of Group A. What Subaru did not have was a Group B car. Subaru was always making the smaller stuff, just Imprezas. And this is what their Group B concept would have looked like. And as you can see, it actually looks very similar to the Porsche 959, which was coming out around this time, and was also Porsche's Group B concept. It even has the full width sort of spoiler thing on the back. What's interesting about this thing is it's still a 4-cylinder engine, a flat 4, as Subarus all have, except this one is twin turbocharged and supercharged. Output is supposedly boosted through the combined use of a mechanical supercharger and turbochargers, twin turbochargers and a rotary supercharger, which all are under the hood. This little tiny hood has one engine, one supercharger, and 2 turbochargers, which is probably good for several horsepower. In this they say it's 360. Subaru ended up kind of not doing anything with this car. Obviously they didn't enter Group B. Group B was canceled not long after this car was shown, with the whole killing people thing. But we can see that it had this cool little window, which did show up later in the Subaru SVX, which was kind of the coupé version of this thing that came into production. Now, I don't think that Subaru making a Group B car would have exactly been the most successful thing, but it's sort of interesting to think of that at the time, before Group B was canceled, it was little Subaru that was thinking that it deserved to be out there with the big guns like Ford, Peugeot, Audi, and the rest of them. Completely forgotten today, almost entirely, except for within the pages of car styling, stuff that you don't find if you're, unless you're actually rifling through the pages. I'd completely forgotten this thing existed until I started bopping through it. In any case, there's tons of more cool stuff in all these car stylings. There's tons of stuff, honestly, that I didn't have time to get to, like this cool Buick, which is not a thing that you usually say. But we'll get back to more of them soon. Until then, take care, stay safe, yeah, till then, ciao. It actually does kind of smell like gasoline. So it is a car book that kind of smells like car. Just thought you should know.